Turning Point USA has its AmericaFest on this week. They had Ben Shapiro give an impassioned speech in which he was urging people to really marginalize those who are platforming Holocaust deniers or Nazis or anti-Semites. Let's play a clip of that.
These people are frauds, and they are grifters, and they do not deserve your time. For example, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name.
I was so heartened to see how well this seemed to be received by the Turning Point audience. I am a bit of a skeptic that this is a debate in the Republican Party or the conservative movement. To me, the debate seems to be between like content creators on the one hand and real conservatives. And Ben, of course, representing the conservative position. You told me this, you were one of the first people to say to me, when you go out and you meet with audiences, there's nobody there pushing that kind of anti-Semitic Holocaust denial, Nick Fuentes, and even the Tucker Carlson position, but that people in America are still very much on the side of Israel, very protective of Jewish Americans. What say you about all of this brouhaha?
Well, I was proud of Ben, and I'm a big fan of Ben, but he gave an absolutely necessary speech. You know, as a Republican, I always tell people we're a political party. We're not a sponge. You know, we don't have to absorb everything that oozes in under the door. I mean, if you had a political party meeting, a Republican meeting, and somebody came in and said, hey, I have an idea, let's raise all the taxes to 100%, you'd beat them up and throw them out. So if somebody oozes in and says, hey, I have an idea, let's deny the Holocaust, let's, you know, turn our back on Israel, let's attack the Jews and blame them for everything going on in our world, why wouldn't we treat them the same way? This is our ally. This is a democratic ally of the United States. We have a shared Judeo-Christian heritage. This is the underpinning, the pillars of Western civilization that we're upholding together. And you want the conservative movement to attack all that and turn against that? So my view is the Republican Party and the conservative movement very much can tell the difference between right and wrong. I think the left in this country is having a real trouble with that, but we cannot fall victim to the same thing. I do think some people are dabbling in this to make money, to get attention. And I think in the case of Candace, what she has done to a grieving widow and forced that poor Erica Kirk to pay attention to her, to meet with her, to say the things about this. Also, she can make a few extra bucks on some kind of a podcast is nothing short of disgusting and vile. And I'm sorry Erica Kirk has had to go through that. The Turning Point folks are trying to keep an organization going in the wake of a horrific murder. And here you have somebody coming along and making it about themselves, and in the process smearing the Jewish people and smearing Israel. It's disgusting.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.